Hello everyone, Alton here. Let me just check if this is all recording because I've been having a lot of trouble today. Oh, I'll just chance it again. Right, we're going to talk about a couple of. I'm going to do a couple of guides on files here, which don't have an editor but are fun to toy around with. And the first one I'm going to talk about is RaceConfig XML. This file is the basis for all the custom files you've been editing since the first guide. This is exactly the same format, listing exactly the same properties, but it allows you to set this stuff up by default. So if you want, for example, the your to have a high economy at the beginning of the game, whenever you select them, then this is where you do that. You can, of course, edit the race config, for example, this file. You can edit this. No problem for major civs too, but the second you hit clear, then all that stuff gets reset on the basis of this file. So if you want it to be changed permanently, then this is where you need to go. Format's exactly the same, it applies in the same way. One thing that wasn't in there was leader gender. 0 is robot, 1 is male, 2 is female. This is applied in some diplomatic text, I believe. You can change the music, the default music for your major civs here as well, and descriptions and all that. You can also find the minor civs in here, which do not have you can't actually change them from within the game, so you'll have to do that in here. Same rules apply. What you want to be careful with though is that the civ type for a minor is always 3 and their AI has to be 5. That combination ensures that they don't start colonizing. You can make minors colonize just fine by changing the civ type to, I don't know, 4, and I guess their AI to say 8 or 11 or whatever you want, and then you save and load the game and they'll start actually colonizing. But minors are crippled in a very considerable way, and that is that any tech that does not exist with the majors is removed from their tech tree. Now, if you have the Terrans or someone using the Terran tech tree in the game, other than a minor, that's not a problem. But if, for example, if you have 5 species which use the your tech tree, then very little tech will remain in the minor race tech tree. And that's also applied to if you change this to, say, the Kryn tech tree. So that cripples them quite considerably because they'll actually get stuck researching stuff, and it's ugly. But it was kind of a necessary evil, because in the old games the minors had the same tech tree as the majors, but that's not true anymore. So to make sure that the minors are not a tech squeeze, you have to break a few eggs to make an omelette, I suppose. I'm not completely happy with how they actually handle this. I would have been happier if they said, well, if no one else has that tech, just mark it untradeable, but let the minors have it anyway. So it seems to be applied to only a couple of techs too. It's kind of weird like that. I don't know. But that's minors you can edit still here. You can change the modules, the colors, and all that stuff. All right, so that's pretty much the RaceConfig.xml file covered. Happy editing, and I'll see you all next time.